A lot of technical issues this morning. All the updates and all the weirdness. The phone wasn't working like it was supposed to, or the computer wasn't working like it was supposed to, or all the above. I don't know. But I do know. I don't know. Sometimes you, as a, I don't know how to, as a pastor and elder, I think I disappoint a lot of people because I'm not what everybody kind of views as a traditional pastor and elder. I think I do certain things right, but I'm not, I don't know, I'm not, definitely not what one might consider to be a traditional pastor elder in some ways. Not that I'm progressive or super trendy. I don't know. I really mess up, I think, in where I should be really like in my fellowship part with people, like caring for people when they're hurting, caring for people when they're in a bad place. Not because, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Uh, I don't know sometimes. I just, yeah. You might just say I'm a loser, and that's okay. Um, I gotta do better though. I mean, yesterday was just so busy, so crazy. I did not get around to even reading the text personally. So we went to vote. So we got up early, went and got my son, and then we went and voted. And yeah, it's a little. After everything was done with that, then I had to go because we're going to a wedding, so I had to go shopping. My wife made me go shopping, so I had to go shopping. I may have had time to do it then, but in between when we went to vote the shop, but you know, lazy. So then when we got done and my wife left, then I made lunch and then went and picked up my grandson, hung out with him for a little bit, and then Liz had an award ceremony last night because she's so brilliant. So she was on the president's list and on the accounting list. She was the only accounting student that got recognition for achievement. So it's very cool. She's a very tough teacher, the accounting teacher. So it's a big deal. So, our text today is number 6, 1 through 789, Mark 12:38 through 13:13, Psalm 49, 1 through 20, and Proverbs 10:27 through 28. And yeah, just, I don't know, it's where I'm just feeling kind of just down. I don't know. I know we all get it. It happens to us all. But boy, I don't like it. I do not like it. Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the time to be able to come and read your word. Pray it energizes us, sets me straight, Lord. It's easy to look at my failures in every area of my life, but Lord, you never fail. You always see through. Jesus, you gave everything for us, and you resurrected from the dead so that I could be assured that even in my life, when I make mistakes and I fail, you never do. And so my salvation is secure not because of what I do, but because of what you do. And I thank you, Lord God, for this and give it all to you in Jesus' name. Amen. Number 6:1. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when either a man or woman consecrates an offering to take a vow of Nazarite to separate himself to the Lord, and he shall separate himself from wine and drink, and shall drink neither vinegar made from wine, nor vinegar made from a similar drink, nor shall he drink any grape juice, nor eat any grapes or raisins. All the days of his separation he shall eat nothing that is produced by the grapevine, from seed to skin." Um, well, it's pretty crazy. Um, just a note of a difference, because I've kind of gotten into this with people because people thought that Jesus was a Nazarite, and it's like, no, Jesus was a Nazarene. That means he was from Nazareth. A Nazarite is somebody that has taken a vow to separate themselves from certain things, in dedication to the Lord. And it tells us in verse 5, all the days of the vow of his separation, no razor shall come upon his head until the days are fulfilled, which he separated himself to the Lord. He shall be holy. Then he shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All the days he separates himself to the Lord, he shall not go near a dead body. He shall not make himself unclean, even for his father or mother, for his brother or sister when they die, because his separation to God is on his head. All the days of the separation, he shall be holy to the Lord. So his hair is not, it doesn't mean, just like with Samson, because he had been dedicated as a Nazarite from birth. It's the hair. It's symbolic of his separation, being holy to the Lord. So, if this Nazarite hasn't completed his vow, and is still growing his hair, he can't touch these things. It's not doable. And if anyone dies very suddenly beside him, and he defiles his consecrated head, then he shall shave his head on the day of his cleansing. On the 7th day he shall shave it. On the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 pigeons to the priest to the door of the tabernacle of meeting. And the priest shall offer one as a sin offering and the other as a burnt offering, and make atonement for him, because he has sinned in regard to the corpse. He shall sanctify his head that same day. He shall consecrate to the Lord the days of his separation, and bring a male lamb in its first year as a trespass offering. But the former days shall be lost, because his separation was defiled. So, he has to complete it. He has to do what he said he would do. It might not be his fault that somebody kicked the bucket right beside him, but still, if you came in contact with the body, you came in contact with the body. Now, this is the law of the Nazarite. When the days of his separation are filled, he shall be brought to the door of a tabernacle of meeting. He shall present his offering to the Lord, 1 male lamb in its first year without blemish as a burnt offering, 1 ewe lamb in its first year without blemish as a sin offering, 1 ram without blemish as a peace offering, a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mixed with oil, unleavened wafers, anointed with oil, and their grain offering with their drink offerings. Then the priest shall bring them before the Lord and offer his sin offering and his burnt offering. And he shall offer the ram as a sacrifice of peace, offering to the Lord with the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall also offer its grain offering and its drink offering. Then the Nazarite shall shave his consecrated head at the door of the tabernacle of meeting, and shall take hair from his consecrated head, put it on the fire which is under the sacrifice of peace offering. So the priest shall take the boiled shoulder of the ram, 1 unleavened cake from the basket, and 1 unleavened wafer, put them upon the hands of the Nazarite after he has shaved his consecrated head. And the priest shall wave them as a wave offering before the Lord. They are holy for the priest, together with the breast of the wave offering and the thigh of the heave offering. After that, the Nazarite may drink wine. Now, this is the law of the Nazarite who vows to the Lord the offering for his separation. And besides that, whoever else his hand is to provide according to the vow which he takes, so he must do according to the law of separation. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron and his sons, saying, This is the way you shall bless the children of Israel. Say to them, The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. So shall they put my name on the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Ooh, I think we need to add verse 27 to our sing out, right? I mean, we call it a benediction, but it's not. And it is. It's even a benediction in some of the liturgical churches. That set of verses, and I think they sing-song them too. But I don't know if I've heard people add verse 27. Maybe we can do verse 27 as a reading. So shall they put my name on the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Because that's stinking cool, right? Yeah. And not saying that we replace Israel, but it's the same thing. We call, we cry, and we say, Lord bless, Lord keep. And a lot of people won't say things like that because they're so politically bound. You don't have to agree with the people running the nation of Israel, but don't condemn all of Israel because they're at war with another country. It's just not a good thing to do. Because God says he put his name on the children of Israel and he will bless them. We know there's some other scriptures too, but for now, let's just, kind of rest with that. Now it came to pass, chapter 7, verse 1. When Moses had finished setting up the tabernacle, he anointed it, consecrated it, and all of its furnishings, its altar, its utensils. So he anointed them, consecrated them. And the leaders of Israel, the heads of their fathers' houses, who were the leaders of the tribe, and over those who were numbered, made an offering. And they brought their offering before the Lord, 6 covered carts, 12 oxen, a cart for every 2 of the leaders, and for each one an ox. And they presented them before the tabernacle. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, accept these from them, that they may be used in doing the work of the tabernacle of meeting. And you shall give them to the Levites, to every man according to his service. So Moses took the carts and the oxen and gave them to the Levites. 2 carts and 4 oxen he gave to the sons of Gershon according to their service. 4 carts and 8 oxen he gave to the sons of Merari according to their service, and Merari rather. And under the authority of Ithamar, the son of Ithamar. That's just such a funny name to me. Sorry. Ithamar. Ithamar, the son. Come on, I can't stop saying it. Of Aaron the high priest. But to the sons of Kohath he gave none, because theirs was the service of the holy things which they carried on their shoulders. You couldn't use beast of burden to carry them. So, sorry. I woke up at like 4. Now the leaders offer the dedication offering for the altar which it was anointed. So the leaders offer their offering before the Lord. For the Lord said to Moses, they shall offer their offering 1 liter each day for the dedication of the altar. And the one who offered his offering on the first day was Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, from the tribe of Judah. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering. 1 kid of the goats is a sin offering. And for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Nahshon, the son of Amminadab. On the second day, Nathanael, the son of Zuar, leader of Issachar, presented an offering. For his offering, he offered 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering. 1 kid of the goats is a sin offering, and as a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Nathanael, the son of Zuar. On the third day, Eliab, the son of Helon, the leader of the children of Zebulun, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 young ram, 1 male lamb its first year as a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, and for the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Eliab, the son of Helon, or Helon. And on the fourth day, Eliezer, the son of Shedeur, leader of the children of Reuben, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, as a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Eliezer, the son of Shedeur. Then on the fifth day, Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai, leader of the children of Simeon, presented an offering. His offering was a silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, as a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Shelumiel, the son of Zurishaddai. Yeah. Wow. It's a lot. On the sixth day, Elisaph, the son of Duel, leader of the children of Gad, presented an offering. His offering was a silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb its first year as a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, and the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Elisaph, the son of Duel. Now, I mean, it's very detailed, and I know it seems repetitive, and it is, but there's a number of reasons. There's an accountability. There's the notice of all these things were done. There was going to be responsibility for all these things, and it was a declaration that each one of these leaders were actually being obedient to the word that had been given to them. Verse 48, on the seventh day, Elishama, the son of Amihud, leader of the children of Ephraim, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering. I just want to make sure I got levels. Okay. I should have done that a long time ago. I was not restarting if it wasn't working, but and the sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Elishama, the son of Amihud. I think I got everything right. I mean, it's the exact same thing as what was given before, except for minor notifications with the with some of the weights. I think a little difference here and there. But there obviously there's a silver platter, there's a bowl in it, and then there's all the the flour and the oil. On the eighth day, Gamaliel, the son of Pedhazer, the leader of the children of Manasseh, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering. 1 kid of the goats is a sin offering, and as a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Gamaliel, the son of Pedahzur. On the 9th day, Edan, the son of Gideoni, leader of the children of Benjamin, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, a gold pan of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering. 1 kid of the goats is a sin offering, and in the sacrifice of peace offerings, a partridge in a pear tree. No, not really. As a sacrifice of peace offerings, guess what? It was 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. You didn't see that one coming, did you? This was the offering of Abidan, the son of Gideoni. On the 10th day, man, these guys, a lot of blood. A lot of burning and a lot of dealing with livestock. On the 10th day, Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai, leader of the children of Dan, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, and a silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. Both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb its first year as a burnt offering. 1 kid of the goats is a sin offering, and as a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Ahiezer, the son of Ammishaddai. On the 11th day, Pagiel, the son of Okran, leader of the children of Asher, presented an offering. Guess what it was? Well, his offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, 1 silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with, guess what? Oil as a grain offering. 1 gold pan of 10 shekels full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, as a sacrifice of peace offerings. 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in the first year. This was the offering of Pagiel, the son of Okran. So this, here we go. This is the best one of them all because he's the last one. Ooh, sorry. Man, on the 12th day, Ahira, the son of Anan, the leader of the children of Naphtali, presented an offering. His offering was 1 silver platter, the weight of which was 130 shekels, his silver bowl of 70 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary, both of them full of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, 1 gold pan of 10 shekels, full of incense, 1 young bull, 1 ram, 1 male lamb in its first year as a burnt offering, 1 kid of the goats as a sin offering, and as a sacrifice of peace offerings, 2 oxen, 5 rams, 5 male goats, and 5 male lambs in their first year. This was the offering of Ahira, the son of Enan. Verse 84, this was the dedication offering for the altar from the leaders of Israel when it was anointed. 12 silver platters, 12 silver bowls, 12 gold pans. Each silver platter weighed 130 shekels. Each bowl weighed 70 shekels. All the silver of the vessels weighed 2,400 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. The 12 gold pans full of incense weighed 10 shekels apiece, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. All the gold of the pans weighed 120 shekels. All the oxen for the burnt offering were 12 young bulls, the rams 12, the males, lambs, their first year 12, with their grain offering. The kids of the goats, his sin offering 12, and all the oxen for the sacrifice of peace offerings were 24 bulls, the rams 60, the male goats 60, and the lambs in their first year 60. This was a dedication offering for the altar after it was anointed. Now, when Moses went into the tabernacle meeting to speak with him, he heard the voice of one speaking to him from above the mercy seat. that was on the ark of the testimony from between the two cherubim. Thus he spoke to him. So now let's jump to Mark chapter 12, verse 38. Jesus said to them, speaking to the disciples, then he said to them in his teaching, beware of the scribes who desire to go around in long robes. They love greeting in the marketplaces, the best seat in the synagogues, and the best places at the feasts, who devour widows' houses and for a pretense make long prayers. These will receive greater condemnation. That's why I keep my prayers short. Kidding, not kidding. I'm a big fan of short prayers. I don't like it when people preach when they pray. A.W. Tozer didn't like it either. It's one of the reasons he didn't like doing corporate prayer. A lot of people want corporate prayer because it's their chance to preach, because they do it while they're praying instead of just praying and talking to God. Now Jesus sat opposite the treasury and saw how the people put money into the treasury, and many who were rich put in much. Then one poor widow came, threw in 2 mites, which makes a quadrans. And then he called his disciples to himself and said to them, assuredly I say to you that this poor widow has put in more than all those who have given to the treasury. For they all put in out of their abundance, but she out of her poverty put in all that she had, her whole livelihood. Then as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples said to him, Teacher, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. And Jesus answered and said to him, do you see these great buildings? Not one stone shall be left upon another that shall not be thrown down. Now, as he sat at the Mount of Olives opposite the temple, Peter, James, John, and Andrew asked him privately, tell us, when will these things be? And what will be the sign when all these things will be fulfilled? And Jesus, answering them, began to say, take heed that no one deceives you. Notice what he says here. Take heed that no one deceives you. That means there's a lot of deception going on. There really is. Many will come in my name saying, I am he, and will deceive many. So some will come in his name. Some will say they are him. And both will deceive many. For when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, do not be troubled. For such things must happen, but the end is not yet. So everything we see happening in the world today doesn't mean it's the end of the world, but it is the lead up to it. So when you hear of wars and rumors of wars, don't be troubled, for such things must happen, but the end is not yet. So don't be troubled, church. You know this is going to happen. Nations will rise against nations, he says in verse 8, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be earthquakes in various places. There will be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. But watch out for yourselves, for they will deliver you up to councils. You will be beaten in the synagogues. You'll be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, a testimony to them. The gospel must first be preached to all nations. But when they arrest you and deliver you up, do not worry beforehand or premeditate what you speak. For whatever is given you in that hour, speak that, for it is not you who speak, but the Holy Spirit. Now a brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child, and the children will rise up against parents and cause them to be put to death. And you will be hated by all for my name's sake. But he who endures to the end shall be saved. Wowza. Wowza. Hear this, all people. Psalm 49, verse 1. Psalm 49, verse 1. Give me like a couple of seconds to get there. Oh, I thought about yawning and I yawned. Oh my gosh. Psalm 49, verse 1. Hear this, all peoples. Give ear, all inhabitants of the world, both low and high, rich and poor together. My mouth shall speak wisdom, and the meditation of my heart shall give understanding. I will incline my ear to a proverb. I will disclose my dark saying on the harp. Why should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity at my heels surrounds me? Those who trust in their wealth and boast in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. For the redemption of their souls is costly, and it shall cease forever, that he shall continue to live eternally and not see the pit. For he sees wise men die. Likewise, the fool and the senseless person perish and leave their wealth to others. Their inner thought is that their houses will last forever, their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man, though in honor, does not remain. He is like the beasts that perish. This is the way of those who are foolish, and of their posterity who prove their sayings. Selah. Like sheep they are laid in a grave. Death shall feed on them. The upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, and their beauty shall be consumed in the grave, far from their dwelling. But God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, for he shall receive me. Selah. Do not be afraid when one becomes rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dies, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. Though while he lives, he blesses himself, for men will praise you when you do well for yourself. He shall go to the generations of his fathers. They shall never see light. A man who is in honor yet does not understand is like the beasts that perish. And I've had people say, well, this proves that, it's destruction when you die. This proves that it's not what he says. He says he's like them because he's ignoring God, because he's living like an animal, one who is only driven by his flesh and his lusts. And it's like he's saying, so you're like beasts when you die because you won't go up. You won't be raised eternally with God. You'll be experiencing that second death. Proverbs 10:27 through 28. Plus, it's all about living rightly and staying alive versus dying because of choosing to live in your flesh. Proverbs 10:27. Proverbs 10:27. The fear of the Lord prolongs days, but the years of the wicked will be shortened. See? The hope of the righteous will be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked will perish. You go, what do you mean the expectation? The desires, the longings, the thoughts, the thing where a person who is wicked, who thinks they're going to get something out of it, who thinks they're going to get something for nothing, whatever it is, they're going to pay the price. They're going to find out what it's really all about. All right, that's our reading for today. Bless you guys. Glad for those who were able to join us. That went 32 minutes. I don't think I talked that much. I mean, I whined for the first few minutes about what a terrible person I am, but I think I'm pretty sure I know I've really hurt some people. So, Lord, lead me to a place where I can ask for forgiveness. Not to play that game of, because I hate it when pastors do that, when they go, if I've offended you in any way, I'm sorry. That's like saying, I haven't done anything, but if you felt that way, I'm sorry. Like being apologetic for people's feelings. It's not that. It's, did I sin? Or did I make a mistake? Did I hurt you? I have. There's people that I have. Some people are just going to get hurt because of the gospel, because of the truth of God's word, and I'm not apologetic for that. It's not like I like it, but sometimes I do. I like to fight. But it's about when I'm not a good friend, or not a good dad, or not a good husband, or not a good man, or, not a good pastor, elder. It's when I fail. But I think that's one of the things that keeps me going is I want to be able to see that in myself. But man, it's tough sometimes because not only do you feel like you're condemned, then you see the condemnation that comes from others, even in like if you admit it. That's why a lot of pastors don't say anything and they sweep stuff under the rug. Because they don't want to be condemned. They don't want to lose numbers. They don't want to lose people. They don't want to lose their ministry. It's not my ministry, it's his. So Just help me, Lord, to be a man of honor, to be a man of righteousness. Um, and that's the thing I hope for, is that even when I make all these mistakes and do these things, I just keep going in Him, and God will set me right when it's time. I mean, if I outright sin that disqualifies me, boy, man, I hope I actually step out. It's one of the fears I think that pastors experience as well, you know, is if I do something to disqualify myself, will I step out? Hmm. Lord help us. God bless, guys.